This is Sai and this video is about the Moto Z Play hands-on review after a day of usage. And this was ordered from Flipkart for 25,000 rupees. Flipkart delivered it a day before their promise. So far so good with Flipkart. Starting with the earphones in the package, the build quality feels better than a cheap Chinese earphone. The cables aren't assuring any quality. It is thin, it is flimsy and not braided or flat type. The audio out quality is good from the earphones. It does the right job of concealing the flaw in the Moto Z Play audio out. Moto Z Play audio out has got some kind of tinny bass in the 80 and 100 Hz frequency, which is not intended, but this conceals that flaw very well. The earphones are not very loud, it's not very low either, but just adequate. And it can be a problem in a noisy situation like a public transport. There are earphones which put out much more louder volume from the Moto Z Play. The low volume is not because of the handset but because of these earphones. It has got an inline mic, it has a button in it. It's just for play, pause or attending or ending calls, so you don't have a volume control button. The device is capable of more than what the earpiece can deliver. The charge and the Type-C cable are of very good length. They feel well built, sturdy and premium in hand. They bend in a very premium way. The turbocharger is not of the USB type. It has a sealed cable, so you can't use your micro USB cable to charge your other devices. The turbocharger doesn't have an USB port. Instead, the charging cable is sealed. You can't use the charger to charge your micro USB devices. In the past, I've lost charging cables, but this won't happen here. And also, many aftermarket micro USB cables that I found later are very slow in charging my devices. The turbocharger is very quick in charging the device. The charger itself doesn't get heated up, but the mobile device heats up beyond acceptable limits. Using the Type-C cable, I tried charging from a quick charger, Qualcomm Quick Charger 2.0 and 3.0, and unfortunately, Moto Z Play doesn't recognize both of them as a quick charge device. Instead, it charges in a normal rate, but in this case, the device doesn't get heated up at all. So far, so good. This is the style mod that comes along the package for free, and this is how the phone looks without the style mod. It has got a glass surface and you can see the camera protruding out of its surface. So when you use the phone without the mod, you will end up scratching the glass on the black side and also the camera. So the style mod actually helps in safeguarding the glass and the camera. Once it's on, it's snappy and it's very easy to put on. You will see that the camera is recessed inside, so that way it safeguards the camera and the back surface. They could have called this a guard mode instead of a style mode. It's rather an unstyle mode because people who like flashy things like the glass surface not going to like the matte finish. Could be more functional. I cry out for the IR blaster because I've been spoiled with my previous choices of phones. They all have the IR blaster. So previously I didn't have to search for all these remotes. Instead, I walk in with my phone with the app, the appropriate app, and I choose the device that I want to control and place the remote directly pointing at the device and switch it on. And that's it. And this is the same I do for other air conditioners. Switch it on. That way a single phone was very comfortable in managing all these devices. And apart from that, you don't have to find the batteries for the remote. Even if I place the phone somewhere, I can find it out with the missed call, which you can't do with the conventional IR remotes. So I cry out for a Moto mod that has IR blaster. It would be good if they provide the battery mod with the IR blaster and additional SD card, SIM cards too. And speaking about the other mods that are available, like the Hasselblad camera mod, JBL speaker mod, both of these, they are not going to add any value to the phone cost. The Hasselblad camera mod costs 20,000 rupees now, even if they 15,000 as a discount later or 10,000. I don't think it's a useful mod because you are not going to always stick that to your phone. It's going to be very bulky. It's going to bother your mobility. So you will have to carry them separately. So instead, why don't you carry a separate point and shoot camera, Bluetooth speaker, which can work with any phones for the matter. And they would cost you only half of what they ask for these mods, and they would perform far better than what the mods could perform with your phone. The battery mod and the projector mod will surely be helpful. The power backup is surely helpful because it's going to stick with your phone and it's going to be very compact, holding with the battery and the phone together. It's only the mods that going to make this phone a hit. These mods should help replacing these Snapdragons, the processor, a true modular phone. And even the screen, recent days I'm not able to find much difference between a 1080p display and a 720p display. So you're unnecessarily draining your battery just to boast about the spec of your phone. So I would rather have a mod for all these things. a screen mod, a processor mod, a camera mod, and that's how it takes me. Don't buy this phone for 25,000. The hardware is not just worth it. The Moto Zook Z2 for 18,000 they give you 820 processor maybe, but what I find very interesting with the Z Play is that it has got a 3.5mm jack and a dual SIM come micro SD support. Yes, it's not hybrid SIM, it supports both the dual SIM and the micro SD card. This is the SIM card tray, and this is the SIM ejector too. You find both the SIMs here, and on the back side you find an option to put in a micro SD card. So this is not a mod wherein you burn your SIM card, open it up, stick with your SIM card also. It's just built-in hardware. They have given you something like this. I will show you how it is removed. So the micro SD card is placed in the tray below, and the SIM cards are placed in the opposite side. So this way you are born with a dual SIM cum a micro SD card.